Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the ADK, a rock and metal channel, and today we are going to be doing whatever the generator decides to throw at us. Now, it could be a review of a song, it could be a discussion topic. I honestly don't know. There is probably about 60 different things in here that we could do.
Is it going to be about local venues and grassroots venues?
There are topics in there.
Surely we've exhausted almost.
Right now, as this is the first one of today, we know that there isn't going to be any ones repeats, but as the day goes on, we may get repeats. But Andy, you get the privilege, and yeah, let's do discussion.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to list in the order of importance: look, name, ability, song, media, or social media skills. So if you're a band, what do you think is the most important thing out of those, and what is your least important?
Because we're the wrong side of 40, I'm going to put social media skills at the bottom.
So you don't think social media skills are that important? So what is? Because we've talked about all of these.
I just don't want it to be important.
Now all of these things all of these things in here are important.
Obviously, yeah.
But why? Why? What is probably the thing that's... So I would say what is... Because you could have an amazing name, but if you've got fuck all social media skills, no one's going to find out about it.
Or if you've got a name that's a very short one-syllable generic word in English,
yeah,
no one's going to find you on social media.
No. So this got me thinking about, because it's like as a musician, you're trying to get your content out to as many people as possible, and you're also trying to get more people to listen to you. So you have to. All of these things are really important to you. But what do you focus on? So do you think about what does your band look like? Do you focus on getting a look for your band? Do you need to have a look? So can you just look like 5 sweaty guys wearing band t-shirts and that's okay? Do you need to have a concept for your band? Do you need to have people wearing makeup? Do you need to have... So is this the important thing? Is it important that you have the right name? Cocker Spaniel Rock. Great name. No, not really, is it? But is your name. What about ability? Do you need to have the best ability? Is your songs going to be the strongest? So do you need really strong songs? Is that the most thing that you should focus your time on?
It's going to be so hard to rank these in order because they are all important, and there's probably not a lot of difference in the importance of each of those. But obviously, some bands will perhaps focus on others more. So, shall we look at each one? I mean, name for me isn't quite important because you know, when we were chatting downstairs, Kirk said to me, "Have you heard of a band called Primitive Man?" I said, "Yes, I have, but I haven't checked them out because the name doesn't grab me."
Although you know it's going to be like caveman sludge.
I probably would. I probably would really like it. So I think name is very important to me. Ability should be up there, but I don't. You know, I look at what my band plays and the sort of riffs I write, and then I'll go to Club 85 and see these extraordinary guitarists. And think, well, my stuff's absolutely crap.
Like Daryl from Musk Hill.
Yeah, my stuff's absolutely crap in comparison. But that doesn't make my music. It's different genres. Doesn't make my music any less enjoyable to me or anybody else. For that
the ability part is playing your ability within.
Yeah, it's not technical. We're not saying technical.
If you can play 4-chord punk, then you're not going to go out and write progressive death metal songs.
No.
So you play 4-chord punk and you do the best of your ability.
Yeah,
so that's very important. So that's why I think ability is probably your least important.
Yeah.
Out of everything in there, you could have the worst ability, but if you just do the thing, if you do all the other stuff, you can still be really well.
So I didn't do the Sex Pistols on your arm, did it?
No. And unfortunately, we see that within the genre. So I think ability is your last. So I think we should put that down to the bottom.
As usual, Dave, you've worked it out logically. It's me saying I can't figure it out, and you've hit the nail on the head. Yes, ability. Are we going for?
Surely we've got to go for song. You still need to have substance before you start looking at what's the name, what's the aesthetic. What are we going for in the video? Are we putting this out on Instagram and TikTok? Surely it's about the song first.
You're right, Kirk, yes.
It's got to be, hasn't it? I mean, it's always going to be subjective, what is a good song, but we're talking about rock and metal here, aren't we? Okay.
So, depending on what your end goal is, if you have a really long-term end goal, then the song is very important. You can put out a piece of crap, subjectively piece of crap song, and it will get picked up on socials, and you can do really well out of it. So the song itself is important, but is not as important as other things on that list, I don't think.
We think it is, don't we? We're coming at this from the integrity album. Put it this way, right?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are going to agree that look is the #1 thing.
So
because we don't want the genre of music that we love to be cheaper.
So does a song bring you to the band? That's the first question. So I guess that's.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah.
So does a song bring you to a band, or does something else bring you to the band first?
Well, for me, it'd be the name.
So name is probably your most important.
I need to know what genre
I don't
it is.
think it is a name for me either.
I need to know the genre.
Because well, it could be any genre. Because here's an idea. So a name can put me off a band, but doesn't necessarily bring me to a band. So if you said like the band that I really like, Let Us to the Fire. Good name. Doesn't make me want to click on it, but it doesn't put me off the band. What was that primordial? What was that primate? Whatever the thing you just called.
Primitive Man.
Primitive Man. Put me off that band straight away. I'll be like, that just sounds shit.
Can you tell from that the sort of genre?
No, but it just sounds like it basically makes me think like it's going to be a guy going on stage. Neanderthal morons, basically.
Which is not, by the way. Can we just make it clear? This is a well-rated sludge metal band.
Yeah, primitive morons. That's what they should be called. Sorry. Primitive morons.
Yeah, but I got to Theatre of Tragedy because flicking through the CDs in HMV, Theatre of Tragedy sounds fucking great.
So that's a good name.
Yeah.
And the artwork.
But it may not make me go and check it out, but it wouldn't put me off the band going, I'm not going to listen to that.
We know that he's going to have... Right, basically, you've got social media skills at the top.
No.
Alright, okay.
I personally think...
You've got to have a great
okay,
video.
so here's where I would go. I would say the look of the band is very important.
Really?
We can't put that at #1 because it calls into question our integrity. Makes us look shallow. See? So really we could do, but we don't want to be seen as shallow.
So I personally would put look first. The reason I do it, not necessarily because if you're good looking people or anything like that, your presentation of your band. So the first thing, most people will come across something scrolling. And if you see something, you're like, oh, what's that? So the look is very important.
So when you say look, it's not necessarily how the members appear, it's
how you present
the visuals,
yourself.
Your social...
Because that first screenshot, that thumbnail, that image of your band, whether that be the look of the band, the look of your logo, the look, everything, every part of your image is the first thing. People don't...
You might have a point here, yeah.
So that's the first thing. Then when you click on it, because your second thing is the name. So you look at it and go, that's cool. And then you look at the name, and then the name's going to be like, that's kind of interesting. So then you get to that. Then you get to the song. Then you've got your social media skills, then you've got your video, and then you get your ability.
Yeah, that'll do.
No, do you
enjoy
know
this video.
You might actually be on something, right? Think about it. We mentioned... Did we use black metal as an example? Yeah. You see a picture of Immortal in the late 90s, you're going to want to listen to that music. When you just see them holding axes with these spikes on their arms that are about 15 inches, you're like, fucking hell, that looks awesome.
For the right people, yes, it's going to make you. For the other people like me, I'm going to go, what a bunch of twats. I'm going to watch that.
Let's use
But it's not aimed at me. There was never any point that I was going to listen to that music.
But let's use Ghost as an example. We don't really listen to their music, do we? Because we believe it to be a cross between ABBA and Black
Sleep
Sabbath.
Token. Sleep Token, look.
So let's use those two. Look, it does get your interest, your attention. Yeah. The name, Sleep Token, probably a bit meaningless. Ghost, bit too simple, but you'd be like, okay, what's this? You're right. Then it comes to probably the video. And then, actually comes to the song. Because the first 20 seconds, you're going to be thinking, right, does this do anything?
It's not like Sleep Token, it's got to be a song at that point.
Yeah.
Look, and you go, look, name, song, in my opinion.
And then video. Social media skills, well, they've got you there in the first place, so they must be doing something right.
Because if you don't if social media skills, unfortunately, for me, goes above your video and above your ability, potentially, because you need that to get your awareness out there. So as a band, you need to focus on what your look of your band is, what the name of your band is. Then you're getting into then you're looking at what songs you're writing. Then you're looking at your social media and how you deal with that.
If there's a new project or a brand new band and they're just starting their social media pages and you've been directed there by a friend or you might know the person involved, the first thing you're going to see is just first page is just like the logo and the name. So that's what draws you in first of all, and then they'll start. Then you'll get to the song. So your list, I think, is pretty much right.
But if you went back to 80s and 90s, the song would be more important because of radio play.
Yeah.
Or
Because
video.
Social media
nowadays
didn't
with radios
exist.
and stuff like that, you don't have everything is social media led. So your social media needs to be higher. So I would say you effectively would be going look, name, song, social media, ability, video. Or video ability. Ability, as long as you play within the category of what your ability is, your actual ability is actually not needed.
Do you know what this reveals though? Take two genres. Andy loves doom metal. I like listening to post metal. What it reveals is artists in those genres are not in the 21st century. The look, bearded men, often in the late 30s to early 50s. The name, sometimes quite abstract. It's all about the song, isn't it? But how do you get there? It probably is the image. If you know that it's going to be music that's experiencing a traumatic midlife crisis, go to sludge or post metal or even doom metal.
But you can see bands are now moving social media skills much higher up their importance list.
Yeah.
You're seeing all these bands now popping up on things going, you know that I'm in this band because I do this. You know that I'm the bass player because I... And that's become a big sort of trend in TikTok videos.
What do you think is the... We don't need to rank them. YouTube, Instagram... I don't think Twitter's important now, do you? In terms of... It is for like football and things like
X.
that. X. For music, I just don't see it as important, Twitter.
It's moved away from that.
Yeah.
I don't think we still
TikTok
have...
and Instagram.
TikTok's the main one at the moment.
Yeah.
I think overall TikTok
I think YouTube as well. You've got to have YouTube.
And that's the
presence.
worst thing is TikTok is just awful. I can't stand it. I can't stand shorts, even though I've started doing them because you have to, because it's part of the social media skills.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got to do shorts.
You've got to get with the program, haven't you?
You've got to do it
necessary
well.
evil.
You've got to do it well, but okay.
So what did we go for? Do you want to announce?
So I think that it should be look, name, song,
Video.
social media, video, ability. Because your ability is the last thing.
An ability, we're not defining that as your technical capabilities, are we? It's like,
As long as you're within your category, as long as you're
Yeah.
not sitting there, you're a punk. You can only play punk, folk, or punk, and then you're trying to do technical death metal.
yeah, don't do that.
You can't do it because you will be it. So as long as you play within your own ability, then you should be okay. But I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Do you have your own list of what you think is more important in today's society? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video. Love you. See you very soon. Take care.